Hey, Matthew Funk here. I do a lot of master leasing. I have over 120 houses that we master lease in the Tampa Bay area. And I ran some quick numbers just to try to give you a sense of what we do. But um, the the asset value of those houses that we control is a little over $12 million. The average rents that I charge come out to about 1,050 a month. So I kind of gave you some numbers there. You could probably do the math and figure out roughly what I probably take home if you have any sense of what a property manager or anybody would charge another owner to manage a house. So this business is an awesome business. Um, I'm not full of BS. I'm not trying to blow smoke or anything, but I'll tell you what it did for me. I was $300 a month negative cash flow from a couple houses that I had. It would eat me alive. And I needed some cash to just live a little bit better. My wife had a pretty good job, and we had a newborn at home, and I was a stay-at-home dad, and I did all this stuff, changing diapers and feeding bottles, and just watching a lot of TV, reading books, going to seminars when I had the extra spare time. I sometimes would drag my daughter to a local real estate meeting, and it's a lot of fun. The bread and butter of this class, though, is hassle-free property management. That's the ground floor where you begin. You take that class. Once you learn how to manage a property, you can do anything. You can flip it and fail to sell it and end up managing it. If you try to take a house and you option it and you end up buying it yourself, you can continue to manage it. Whatever it is, you got a second house and you can't sell it, you end up with it because you didn't sell it right or market it right. You can manage it. If you know how to manage, you can do a lot. If you flip a house and you're stuck with it and you don't know how to manage, you're you're stuck and you're going to go broke real quick. Every month bills pile up. So the point is, if you can manage, you solve a lot of problems. So that's the key. Learn how to manage. Once you get that figured out, you take that third class, or that second class actually, the one called master leasing, and that's the golden goose. That gets you the cash. Once you figure out how to master lease, you're home free. I had started out, I think, 5 properties, then we got to 10, then we went to 35. I picked up from one guy, and then it just grew from there. One, two here, one, two here. I probably pick up on average about 1 to 2 a month. You lose some, you win some. It is what it is. It's a great business. What it allowed me to do is it allowed me to look at other properties. And for example, one day I had a property come to a lady who just was going to walk, and she was devastated. She didn't have the money to put into it to fix it, nor the money to pay the realtor when it sold, because it was basically, she owed what the value of it was. I came in and I tried to subject to buy it. I tried to manage it. I couldn't get it, and it just dawned on me like fixed lease. She goes, "What's that?" I said, "I'll guarantee to make the payments, rent it or not. I'll take care of getting it fixed up, but I use that fix up money as option money, which is recorded in public record. So now I've got an option on a property. I control it. All I pay is the mortgage, PITI, and I keep the rest all to myself." She don't even get anything. She didn't want anything. She just wanted out, but she didn't know what to do. I solved the problem. Without this class, without taking the property management, hassle free property management class and the master leasing class, I wouldn't have figured that out. And even walking out the door after I took that class, I probably wouldn't have done a fixed lease. I think you need to have a portfolio of performance leases before you get into fixed leases, or have some deep pockets, because if that house goes vacant and you ain't quite figured out management yet, that house will get you. Even though it's a fixed lease, or you might be able to just give it back to the owner, you still want to be able to know how to manage. So that's one door it opened up for me. Another door is it allowed me to buy properties. I asked David Tilney a couple of years back, I think I need to look for houses to buy. He goes, "No, they will come." And boy, was he right. I mean, I wish he was looking at a crystal ball, but I mean, it really was. I've picked up several homes from owners that we do business with. I had one guy go through a divorce. He gave 8 properties to his wife. She ended up wanting to sell them. I tried to buy the whole portfolio on terms. She wouldn't take it. She wanted cash. I didn't have all the cash. So I told some guys, "Hey, look, I got the opportunity to buy some of these houses. Let's look at them. Would you be interested in buying some of them?" Well, each of us threw in about 30 grand, and we were able to buy these houses. The beauty of this is I own 1/3 of that portfolio, those 4 houses, and I still manage them. So I get paid for my efforts. So if you ever partner with somebody, make sure you pay yourself on top of an owner payment. I had another opportunity come up recently where there was a fire in a property. Insurance paid for what it could. The city said there's ordinance improvements that are required. The owners didn't have that included in their insurance. Learn a little bit something here. I didn't realize there's city ordinance requirements that you can put into insurance in case that happens on an older building. Well, that's in that policy now because I now own part of that building. These guys had equity in the property, but they had no way of getting it out. They had no way of accessing it to pay off the balance to the contractor after it was fixed. They needed about 25 grand. 5 of it went into reserves and 20 went to pay off the guy. I did that. I bought into 9 units on this. It's 4 apartments, a duplex, and 2 commercial units with an upstairs 2 bedrooms. So I think it was about 9 units. I bought into that for $25,000. I still manage it, and the equity that I got was 25% of what was paid off already. So in a sense, I ended up with about 50 grand in equity. I had to pay for about 50% of it. Good deal, bad deal, I don't know. I'm in a position right now where I'm trying to control, own, and get to a point where I can sit back and just enjoy. I'm young enough I can work hard to make that happen. And my passive income that I take from my master leasing portfolio allows me to do these kind of things. So it opens up doors. So in 2008 to 2016, 8 years, I guess now. Geez, wow, time flies. November of this year, 2016, it'll be 8 years that I started this business, and I do fairly well. I'm not trying to brag. I mean, I got my ups and downs. I still take both kids to school. I work out of my house. You're looking at my garage. I got an office out here, and there's all the books behind me that I take and I read, all the seminars I've taken. So, in a nutshell, this business will open doors for you. You must be organized, be an honest person, and just talk to people. I could talk for hours on how I do what I do, and if people want to hear more, I'd be glad to share. It's just been a great business for me and my family, and the people that I've met are really great, and the people that have come out of the woodwork that I didn't know I knew, that have come up to me and just they pick my brain, that I looked up to, it surprises me. So it's neat to be in a position where I can share knowledge with other people. So anybody ever needs anything or struggling with something, shoot me an email. My email is matt@yourrentalpeople.com. My website is www.yourrentalpeople.com. You can get me at 813-344-0034 extension 8. I don't charge $1 million to do seminars. I don't even do seminars. I'm just saying. If you need some help, I'd be glad to help. So, David's class is a business in a book. If you take it, turn this off, open the book up, figure out what paperwork you need, go out and find a deal, and make it happen. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, and go from there. I'm sorry this video is a little long. There's so much I could tell you. But some of it you need to kind of learn yourself. But again, don't reinvent the wheel. If you take the class, it's right there. You don't have to reinvent it. So many people on these blogs are like, well, I'll get my paperwork out. I don't know about this, or I don't know about that clause. Who gives a crap about that clause? It works for me. It worked for him. It works for a lot of other people. Put it in place. Get a deal under your belt. Something's going to happen. You go, oh, yeah, I don't like the way that works for my business. And then you go back and you change it. You revise your lease. You move forward. You don't go back. You don't kick yourself. You're like, oh, that was a learning experience. But if you sit there and you dwell on the paperwork, like, well, I got to get it right. I got to get it right. You're never going to get it right. To this day, I always change mine. There is no right answer. The day we die is when perfection hits, okay? That's when perfection is, when we die. That's it. So make the best of what you can while you're down here. Go make some money. Have fun with it. And if you need some help, I'm here to help. Take the class. It's worth every dime. I pay for that class every month. I think it is like $600 for all 3 days. I make that over. I make $600. I don't know, 15 times a month. I don't know. It's just, it adds up. It adds up, and it's paid for itself. And it's not a $5,000 class. You don't need that. So, and there's a ton of people you're gonna meet. I can't say enough about it. Good luck. Talk to you later. I'm at 10 minutes. Peace.